Welcome back to Nerds in the Gym podcast. I'm Marco.
I'm Brandon.
You say the date now.
Today's date could be any date you want it to be.
That's true.
Marco, how was your Thanksgiving?
My Thanksgiving was great, actually. How about you?
Really? It was good.
I spent some time with the ladies' family.
Really?
Yeah.
Bet they hate this young stallion in the house.
Yeah. Yeah, I can only imagine what it's like dealing with me for hours on end.
You're the most socially awkward, but you're getting sociable. So by the time you hit 30, we'll get you there.
Hey, in just the past 3 years on this podcast, I've learned how to have better conversation.
Yeah, how better words good to come face.
You know what would be hilarious? Like, obviously we don't have as big of a fan base now, but when people have big fan bases, their fans edit stuff together. Mm-hmm. Imagine if we had somebody go back to our prior podcast and showed like a comparison video of how we podcasted like 3 years ago compared to now.
Even last year compared to now.
Yeah, no.
I don't want to blame it all on you, but...
Oh, it was largely on me.
Good amount of you.
If I didn't have AI like kind of writing scripts for me, I would not have known how to change
things. Leave it to AI to make Marco sound more human.
It's crazy. AI sounds more human than the human.
Yeah.
Well, you can script AI now to talk more human too.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like there's stuff you can put in and it sounds more like a human, but that's boring talk. 2 weeks ago, actually, when we talked, we had talked about Mission Impossible 7 and how Joe Biden watched it and the AI had made him
uneasy,
made him more scared of AI now. You said you were going to watch it. Did you ever watch it?
Not yet. No, I want to. I love those movies.
Oh, okay.
But you know that's not Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible, right? On your screen. That is Tom Cruise and Maverick.
No, I know that I just brought up because it reminded me of that from a couple weeks ago because I realized I never brought it up in the last episode like I was supposed to because I was going to ask you about the AI in it.
Oh, well, I don't know what he's talking about. Is the AI like a villain in it or something?
That's what I'm confused about.
I should watch it tomorrow.
You said the same thing the other time.
It always seems like a good idea.
But moving to another Top Gun. Or not, another Tom Cruise story. So
Marco joined Scientology this week.
So there was Top Gun Maverick news. A cop pled guilty recently to pulling a gun on a fellow officer who threatened to spoil Top Gun Maverick.
Respect. If that goes to jury, he's getting acquitted.
The cop got a community correction order for 2 years, 100 hours of community service, and a recorded conviction.
Yeah, but did we arrest the guy that was going to spoil the great Tom Cruise movie? No.
Apparently not.
That's not justice.
Imagine if, like, no, that would be insane. With his bulletproof vest on. Take that.
Shoots him with a bulletproof vest, breaks a couple ribs. And then with his breath where he's like got the broken ribs, he's like, they get shot down, but they get out of it.
To be fair, there should be rules against spoiling. I don't know how there isn't.
Well, also the movie did come out last November. Like, you gotta kind of...
No, I think that's... All this, like, they had to wait for the trials.
Oh, the trial's over. So
yeah,
okay.
So this was an ongoing story, but I don't know. There should probably be like, I know it's hard to mitigate, like obviously spoilers and stuff.
Yeah,
but I feel like that's almost gotta be. I guess you don't sign an NDA or anything, so there's nothing saying you can't spoil. But imagine if like when you bought a movie theater ticket, that there was like some built-in NDA just from you purchasing it, like an agreement upon purchase. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know if they could do something like that, but I don't know.
No, I mean,
it's too hard to control.
People have rights.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought you would enjoy that story because I think you are somebody that would be
I can relate.
Yeah.
Someone ruined Oppenheimer at work and now I don't get to watch it.
Yeah. But now we're on to some Loki news, back to some Marvel.
Sure.
You're obviously still in the middle of it. But as of right now, the writer for the show, this isn't like spoilers or anything, but they said, we approached this story originally as like 2 halves of book. Season 1, first half, season 2. Second half, we closed the book on Loki and the TVA. There are no plans for a 3rd season as of now.
I'm okay with it. It's too complicated.
Yeah.
Plus Tom Hiddleston's too good of an actor.
Yeah.
Put him and Owen Wilson both in movies.
Yeah, and actually, like, I think they'll come back at some point. Owen Wilson's character...
Well, the problem is the whole second season's them chasing Kang.
Yeah.
If anybody should be mad, it's them.
But speaking of Owen Wilson's character, like, he is confirmed to be coming back at some point within Deadpool 3, apparently. He's supposed to be coming back, as well as Miss Minutes from Loki. So these characters aren't just completely gone. They're going to be still making appearances, because I know people love some of these characters.
Mm-hmm.
And Tom Hiddleston has been in the news. At first, he hinted at saying that he's not sure if Loki will ever come back. But now, he implied his retirement from the role of Loki, saying that the finale was a conclusion to 14 years of his life. It's been a journey. But then he comes out right after, a few days later, saying that you shouldn't take anything I say like that completely seriously.
Right,
like,
because Disney's like, hey, we just got rid of Kang. You know who everyone's favorite villain is.
Yeah.
Here's a blank check.
And on top of that, he then came out and he gave, because Loki has not met every Marvel character yet, or at least fan favorites, I should say.
No.
So he came out and said that there are 4 actors he would like to work with and meet. One of them was Tom Holland, Spider-Man, which I think that could be like a really interesting...
They never met?
I don't think so.
Well, you know what's funny is those 2 actors did press junkets for the Avengers movies together.
They did!
So that's why it's so funny that those 2 characters never met.
Yeah, so Tom Hiddleston wants him to meet...
Oh, you know why? Because Spider-Man was in space when...
That's right.
That's why.
Does he die? Does Loki die at the beginning of it? No, at the beginning of Infinity War. Right?
The part 2, whatever part 2 of that Avengers movie is.
Oh, it's part 2?
It's the opening scene.
No, I think that's Infinity War.
The first one?
Yeah.
Where they're all on the Asgard ship, Thanos shows up? Really?
I think that's the first one, so that would make sense because Spider-Man doesn't get pulled into all that until... So he's dead, technically, by then. So that actually makes more sense of the second one. He also wants to meet the Guardians. And the Guardians work with Thor that entire movie, essentially.
But the Guardians are done. Except for Chris Pratt.
Yeah, I think they'll come back. At this point, they're bringing the original Avengers cast. They're going to somehow get the original Guardians back.
Which means they have to get James Gunn back.
Yeah.
Which is not going to be cheap.
James Gunn, Dave Bautista.
Who's retired the character.
Zoe Saldana? Is that how you pronounce her name?
Close enough.
Okay.
Who's in every top grossing movie of all time. So.
Yep.
Yeah, you know, that's not going to be cheap.
No, it's not.
That is a pricey cast.
Marvel at this point, it doesn't matter how good of a movie is and how much money it makes, they are never breaking even with the cast they want to have.
You know what's funny? Is it used to be the opposite. They used to pay those actors peanuts.
Yes.
And they would gross billions of dollars.
Yes.
And now it's the worst, where it's like, now they're paying the actors more to make less.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Speaking of Chris Pratt, if this is too much of a sidestep, we can go back. Did you hear who he's voicing now?
Garfield.
Did you watch the trailer for Garfield?
I did not watch the trailer. How was it?
Starts out with Garfield as a sad kitten who's been abandoned in the rainstorm, and he finds John at like a pizza shop, and they become friends.
Okay.
Couple quick thoughts. So John saves Garfield's life. It makes no sense for Garfield to be mean to him. That's the whole comic strip, is Garfield being mean to John and Odie.
So, I guess it probably doesn't make sense in terms of like what happens, but cats are like that in general in real life.
Well, I think we're gonna get a woke Garfield. I don't think he's gonna be mean to him.
Oh.
So that's one. Chris Pratt doesn't do a Garfield voice.
He didn't do a Mario voice. What did you expect?
He just reads the lines.
Because people are going to get upset if he, offends the actual Garfield voice.
I don't know. It just throws me off watching Garfield and you hear Chris Pratt.
Oh, man.
But Chris Pratt's in a lot of things now with voice acting.
He's just...
So it gets even better.
You know what's good, though, about voice acting? That is the work from home for actors. Mm-hmm. He doesn't have to leave his house. They can send him the equipment. He can stand in front. And for him... He's not doing any special voices. He's literally just at his house reading lines, and he's like, all right, I'm going to go hunting with the boys for the day. Go fishing for the day.
Hang out with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah.
It's his father.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay. But anyway, so the trailer goes on with Garfield. Him and Odie, yada, yada, yada. Garfield's dad shows up, voiced by Samuel L. Jackson. So the dad that abandoned Garfield shows up, and they start, hanging out.
Oh, my God.
And it's Samuel L. Jackson. It's the most ridiculous idea I've ever heard. And it might work.
It may work. It may work.
It just blows my mind that we're getting a Garfield live action, not even a Garfield animated movie, on the big screen. And it's like Chris Pratt, Samuel L. Jackson in Garfield.
Yeah, I don't even really have thoughts on that, I guess.
Well, I think you probably missed Garfield. You probably saw the Bill Murray ones.
I saw like 2005 or something.
Those were the Bill Murray ones, but Garfield used to be a 90s cartoon.
Yeah, so like I saw some stuff when I was younger, but not too much. Same with Stuart Little. Saw some Stuart Little, but not too much because that was a big 90s one, right?
Yeah, that was a big one.
So yeah, but whatever.
So I don't know if this is true or not. Supposedly, we have a couple names you'd recognize.
A killer cast. What is going on here?
So again, we don't know if this is true or not, but we have Chris Pratt.
Yep.
Samuel L. Jackson. Nicholas Hoult.
Yep.
Who was Beast in X-Men, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Murray, who was the Garfield voice in the last movie. John Cena. Ving Rhames, who you don't know, but he's a Mission Impossible.
I thought that was Eddie Murphy, just fatter.
Racist. Hannah Waddingham. She's from Ted Lasso.
Yep, I know.
She's in everything.
She's also in Sex Education.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
What else is she? She did the voice of something else I just watched.
I don't know, but her and Jason Sudeikis did their own iteration of Shallow the other day. Did you see that?
How is she just now getting in movies? She might be the most talented actress right now.
She can sing.
Dominated that song.
Yeah. I was actually surprised by Jason Sudeikis' performance.
Oh, yeah?
Like, it wasn't, like, top tier, but I was like, wait a second, he can actually, like, hit a note if he tried.
Oh, yeah, he went hard. Also from Ted Lasso, Brett Goldstein.
He's in everything now.
Jennifer Love Hewitt, she's famous. Patton Oswalt, you know him.
Mm-hmm.
Deborah Messing from Will and Grace.
Yep.
Cecilia Strong from SNL. Yeah. So if this is the true cast, this is crazy.
Yeah. Garfield's got a killer cast. Although we're seeing that with cartoon CGI things a lot more. They have insane cast these days.
Right.
I'm not sure if it's because they're A, cheaper to make, B, it's probably just easier to get the actors and actresses on board for read a few lines, quick paycheck, and go or something.
I think it's easier for everyone, so the actors don't have to spend days on set.
Yep.
It is a lot of rereading the lines. There's a lot of work that goes into it. I don't want to undersell it, but it's definitely easier for them to get a big name like Chris Pratt to do it than a no-name, because Chris Pratt will put people in seats.
Yep.
Were you a Hunger Games guy?
Not really, but I know that they just came out with a new movie.
I think it's this week.
This week?
I guess it's a prequel. It's another movie I didn't know they were making.
It's a prequel. So, like, again, I wasn't a big Hunger Games fan in the first place, but prequels are also weird to me. I don't always get behind them, depending on the context of how it interacts with the original story. Because you know where it's already going.
Well, what's weird is, say you saw the first one and they do a prequel.
Yeah.
Then you've only seen the second one, which is right up Marco's alley. So it works out better if you just watch the first one now, that there's a prequel. And you've only seen the second.
I've seen the first one. I watched the first one first.
There you go. So don't see this next one. Don't see the prequel.
We were forced to watch it in school.
Public education.
Yep.
Disney has a movie coming up next week called Wish. It's an animated film. I just wanted to note that Chris Pine is doing the voice of that.
Oh, okay. And Jeffrey Dahmer there, Evan Peters.
I thought you were just going to say Jeffrey Dahmer. And I was like, I also don't know who Harvey Guillen is, but he was also in the Garfield movie. So.
Oh, wait. Alan Tudyk? That's the guy that plays Vision. Yes, it is.
That's not who plays Vision.
In Marvel?
I promise you.
I'm pretty sure it is. He also plays the one of the robots in Rogue One.
That I believe. He is not... I'm punching myself that I can't think of his name. I'm also Googling like I'm a senior citizen. Paul Bettany.
Oh, yeah, I messed that
I
up.
kind of see where you were going, that they're both tall white guys, but...
He plays something else, though.
He's in Moana, Knight's Tale, iRobot. This guy's been in everything. Dodgeball, he was the pirate.
He may have been in one of the recent Star Wars shows, actually. Maybe that's where I'm getting confused. It doesn't matter. Yeah, no. Didn't hear of this movie, don't care about it.
I just wanted to point out that the famous Chris's are still at it.
Yeah.
Chris, Pat, and Pine are going from the big house
to
the little house. Not to keep jumping on you. I'm just going through the movies that are coming out. You a big Trolls guy? You ready for Justin Timberlake and Trolls?
I can't say I'm a big Trolls guy, but I do vaguely remember the first one.
Is this a sequel?
Yeah, there was a first one.
Oh, I didn't know. Is it the same?
I honestly don't know. I didn't know that there was one coming out. Yeah, this is...
Yeah, so Trolls World Tour was 2020. Band Back Together is 2023. All right.
Okay, yeah. So it is.
I had no idea. I missed that one.
Yeah, that's the third one that's coming out this year.
I'm just looking for famous people that are also doing voice acting.
Eric Andre.
Camila Cabello, famous. Anna Kendrick, Justin Timberlake, RuPaul, Eric Andre, Zooey Deschanel, Amy Schumer. I don't want to...
She's infamous. Amy Schumer is infamous.
I don't know what happened. I know at some point the world turned against her, but
because her comedy is terrible. If you go on YouTube and search watching Amy Schumer until I laugh videos, they are widely popular, and they're like 30-hour videos of people sitting in front of the camera watching Amy Schumer and not laughing once. It is hilarious.
that's crazy. You want me to keep going with movie releases, or you want to go back to what you were doing?
I don't know how much of this stuff is interesting.
Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom is coming out.
I'm at this point, we don't even know if it's going to release. They're going to get a tax break on this one.
You know what's crazy, Marco? Some days I wake up thinking, I go, oh shoot, I didn't see that last Aquaman movie.
It hasn't come out.
I couldn't even tell you.
Do you know what somebody I saw on Twitter said?
Marco.
They said, why does this new Aquaman movie just look like a DLC to the first movie and not like its own movie?
I'm just so confused because there was so much
hype behind it at first.
I don't even want to say hype. They were all upset over Amber Heard.
Yeah.
If she was going to be part of it or not. And
I bet you if Amber Heard was like widely marketed in it, it would get more sales now just because of the controversy behind her at this point.
Yeah, we're looking at 5 years after the first one.
Yeah. So yeah, that's that. You an X-Men 97 guy? So
that's the X-Men I grew up watching.
Yeah, Kevin Feige confirmed it will premiere next year. I saw some new final episodes today, which really bring it back to that core of who the X-Men are and that soap opera that those characters represent.
You know why that cartoon is so good?
Why?
Because there's panel ripped from the comics.
Oh, is it really?
Oh, it's 100% like lines up with the comics. That's why people love it.
Oh, that's awesome, actually.
And the voice actors are back. Genius.
Oh, they got the original voice actors?
Wow. And what's even better, they're putting out X-Men 97 toys. So this thing is going to be printing.
Wait till you get your X-Men 97 Funkos.
I try not to buy Funkos anymore because it's a dangerous road, but they're out there.
But
well, you saw the Legos that came out, right?
For X-Men 97?
Yeah.
No, I did not. There's X-Men 97 Lego?
Yeah. Don't get too excited. It's those mystery Lego packs where you get like 12 of them.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So you got the claw, but then you got the minifigure of Wolverine.
Okay.
Oh, there it is. Bottom right of your screen.
This one?
You got me. You moved it. It's on you.
Yeah, it's on me.
You ruined the pic.
I was going to try using our new setup, too, to show. But
don't let me stop you.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's pretty cool. I've never seen it, so this could be my first up because I was 3 years after 97. That's when I was born in 2000, so.
It didn't have a long run on reruns because Fox changed it up. Did you have any other Lego news?
I
feel like I cut you off last episode.
I don't think I have any other. So they did just release. There is a brand new Lego set coming out. It's one of the biggest Lego sets ever. It also has the most characters in a Lego set ever with 31 or 32. They are making the Avengers Tower into a Lego set.
Which is just such a cop-out.
So
it's just a tall building.
Once I can find it here, we're going to use my brand new setup here. So Lego is coming out with a new Avengers Tower set. It is 3 feet tall, comprised of 5,200 pieces, including 31 minifigures, and that is the most minifigures in a Marvel or not a Marvel set, in a Lego set in general. So if we go here, apparently there's more photos and stuff. That's the box art. Like, it's a pretty big set. I do think it looks really good, especially with like all the window panels.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like they're trying to incorporate too much stuff that, well, how often were we actually in the Avengers Tower in the movie?
Well, I think this looks like it's from the first Avengers movie. Because you had that floating monster at the bottom.
Yeah.
So that's all it is.
Why did it take them so long to release this?
I think they realized no one wants anything from the new Marvel movies.
That's true. They got pulled all the originals back in.
Did they have an estimated price? That's got to be a $600 set.
I think it's $500 or $600 is what Trent told me the other day. But these are all the characters that come in here.
Who's in the top row next to Loki? Are those the aliens?
Those are the aliens. That's insane to me. So they're saying it comes with 31 characters when you have 1, 2, 3, 4 are the same exact character.
Well, then there's it looks like 2 below it are the same character too. 4, 5, 6.
These 3 are the same character. You have multiple Iron Man suits, but yeah, no, this is from the first movie.
Well, are you telling me you don't want to play as random street guy number 2 in the second row?
It looks like is that Ant-Man there? That may be Ant-Man.
Yeah, and then you got Scarlet Witch and Vision, so it can't be the first one, huh?
I wonder if they're just including
they're just throwing anything at the wall. They see the MCU's crumbling and they're like, we gotta jump on
this. But like,
this.
where's Spider-Man then?
They didn't want to pay Sony the licensing fee.
Also, this is insane. They have 2 Captain Americas that look barely different from each
So
other.
the one on the left is Steve Rogers. The one on the right is the evil one from the...
Oh, okay. Yep, that makes sense.
I can't think of his name.
That makes sense. But, like, I think it's a cool set.
John something.
I definitely won't buy it just because it's going to be A, way too much, B, I have nowhere to put it.
You know what's funny is they did another Lego set where it was Iron Man's Wall of Armor, I think from Iron Man 2 or something.
Oh, really?
And there was like 40 Lego sets, or 40 Lego figurines of different mock armors, and it didn't sell. So why would this sell for more money?
I have no idea.
We gotta get going on Lego building and whatever it is to get picked, because after you get picked, your Lego set gets picked. You get 1% of all sales.
Really?
That's a good chunk of change if you don't make something everyone
that
hates.
is a good chunk of
But
change.
also, I feel bad for the ones they pick because those are the ones always on sale.
I got one. We make the It's Always Sunny apartment. That would be a fan favorite one.
Which is crazy because those are the ones I hate. It's
The-
like, oh, look at the Friends apartment, the Seinfeld apartment.
Yeah, but I think sometimes you just gotta go for it. We can't use an IP that's already been used too, I don't think.
I don't know the rules. I didn't look too far into it.
You know what? Screw it. We're gonna do a Lego Creations one. We're gonna do it based off the dinner party episode for The Office.
I was going to say The Office. That's pretty funny.
And we gotta make it somehow so the TV can move in and out.
Well, I also laugh because you're like really smart as much as I give you crap for being dumb.
Yeah.
And I point out all your dumb flaws and how stupid you are. But you're actually really smart, so you could probably figure out like the gumball one. Have you seen the gumball machine? They made an actual gumball machine out of Legos.
No, I have not. That's insane.
Or I'm trying to think. There's been some really cool ones,
Don't they have a?
but no one wants to play with a gumball machine.
Yeah.
So you could do something like that.
Well, you know what you could do for the gumball machine? Remove because I assume it's got little like Lego balls in there that move. Why don't you remove those and put your own gumballs in there, and then just have like a legitimate working gumball machine that dispenses gumballs? Like that's got to be a thing. But I don't know. That is all the Lego stuff I have, but it looks like you're pulling something else up over there.
I was trying to show you the Lego gumball machine, and now I'm wondering if it's just a bad trip. Or I'm spelling gumball wrong.
I don't know. I thought I remember something about it, but I could be wrong. They have the Nintendo 64 one, I think,
Yep, I've seen that
where it
one.
actually like kind of moves.
Black Friday / Black Friday sales are still going on. You looking at any Lego sets, or you?
I'm not getting Lego stuff. Not gonna dive into it. It's too much to do. It's too much money.
It is very.
And depending on what sets you go with, like the Star Wars sets that are on sale for Lego are pretty much now just the price of normal Lego sets because the Star Wars IP
So expensive.
jumps the price up by so much. But yeah, I will not be getting.
I was gonna get back into it. I like building them. It's a good afternoon, but I don't have any space.
Yeah, that's also another. That's another problem is they take up space, and then I get way too protective over mine and don't want them to get destroyed at all.
Yeah.
Which is like an unhealthy
Mom!
obsession.
You're not supposed to be in the basement.
Stop dusting the Legos! You're gonna break them apart. But yeah, there is some more Marvel news that I have if you want to hit that
Keep
stuff up.
cranking it out, bud. You got
So
time.
there was at one point somebody had said on Twitter, this was not real at all, but they were saying that Hayden Christensen should be Richard Reed's in the Fantastic Four, and I was like, that is one that you would absolutely love because we just want our guy Hayden Christensen in everything right now.
Everything.
Put him in everything. So that was a quick little throwaway thing. The Eternal sequel is reportedly in early development at Marvel Studios. Richard Madden is rumored to return as Icarus for the sequel. This is interesting because I feel like ever since Eternals, we have literally not heard anything about Eternals.
What's even deeper than that, remember there was an ABC show about the Eternals that failed?
Yeah.
And then they did the Eternals movie, which I remember I saw in theaters, but I don't remember anything about it.
Yeah.
I remember the scenes in India, which I thought were great. I remember they waxed or snuffed out
Yeah, I don't...
a bunch of them.
Yeah. And
You know what the problem with that one was?
What?
There's too many. You can't have me care about 8 characters.
There is too many characters, and on top of that too, there was that big thing at the end of the movie, that like big hand and stuff.
Yep.
We have not had that referenced at all yet, which is insane because that is such a major it feels like it has such a major implication to the Marvel universe. I haven't read the comics, but I think it is supposed to, that big guy at the end there, the the hand.
Remember there was also like a sprite or something that shows up on the spaceship? I'm surprised you saw this movie, to be honest.
Yeah, I barely remember it, though.
But the idea they got rid of Salma Hayek just seemed like a waste.
Yeah.
Honestly, if they don't touch Eternal... What did you say the news for the Eternals was?
It's just that it's in early development.
Gotcha.
The sequel to it.
That's not going to help the MCU.
No, it's really not at this point. But moving on from that, I think there was a bit more Marvel news. This is the problem, is I started like saving duplicates of stuff. So Moon Knight and Loki Season 2 directors Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead have expressed interest in directing Avengers Secret War. So those could be the two. Loki Season 2 director, yay. Moon Knight, like I thought Moon Knight was interesting, but it was also not my cup of tea.
I like Moon Knight a lot. My thing is just like, yeah, we're interested. You haven't chosen a director yet?
Yeah.
Let's keep it moving.
Yeah. Is there more? Oh, Taika Waititi did say that if another Thor movie is happening, then he is not involved with it.
I read the same thing just now.
Yeah. So I'm not too like I would like to get different like takes on the characters.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Taika Waititi worked well. I didn't mind Love and Thunder either, but I know a lot of people hated it. I think it would be really cool if they did try to go back to a more serious tone Thor, though, somehow.
You're on your 5th movie, man. Go with the stuff that works. It's too late.
That too. So
you already they did a really good thing by reinventing that character as a comedic character in the 3rd one.
Yeah.
Because 2 tanked so bad.
Yeah.
Or so we thought. Now all of a sudden people are like, you know what? We take Thor 2.
I think you could have it be a still a goofy, funny character, but with a more serious tone at the same time.
I don't know about that. But we'll see. Seems like he's out. I think he got mad dealing with the Marvel machine.
Yeah. What If Season 2 is releasing December 22nd, 2023, and an episode will drop every day until December 30th, and a trailer dropped. I'm not sure if you saw it.
And I'll probably watch it in 2026 when I get bored.
Not interested in it.
It's just super sad.
Yeah.
It's tough for me to gear up to watch super sad stuff.
I feel that. I still watch it, though. I like the feeling of being sad sometimes.
You didn't even watch that.
That's true. Kei Hoi Kwan, is that how you pronounce it? Wants to join the Star Wars universe.
Put him in everything.
He said, I went up to give Kathy a big hug, and I said, Kathy, please put me in the Star Wars universe. Let's get him in there. And you want to know what would be hilarious? Is if they somehow had him reunite with Harrison Ford in that before we got an Indiana Jones thing.
Even if he just walks up to him and goes, you look familiar, and he goes, I don't think so, and then walk away.
Yeah.
That's all I need.
And there's more to his story, too. So
I got a better one. You know what? Take young Harrison Ford, or young Han Solo.
Heinrich or whatever?
No idea. Do Han Solo 2, put him in it.
Yes, please. Have him be a drug smuggler with them.
Have him be anything. Put him in everything.
And he also came out and said that joining the MCU was at the top of his wish list when he started acting again. Mm-hmm. And he cried when Kevin Feige called and offered him the role. And it was a full circle moment because I'm not sure if you know this. He was one of like the stunt coordinators in the original X-Men. So he had already worked with Kevin Feige all the way back on the original X-Men movies.
What did Kevin Feige do in X-Men?
I think he was a producer that still. Kevin Feige's been around like all this Marvel stuff for a long time. Producing
I didn't realize he was a stunt coordinator though.
Yeah, no, so here's like a little clip here, which I can actually show right here. Just him doing some stunt coordination. I think that's Hugh Jackman in there, and Hugh Jackman's stunt double. But yeah, he was involved with this. But I think that's really cool that he was able to come back as an actor this time.
Oh, for sure.
Because I know that he does have, like him being a stunt coordinator, he had a deep background with martial arts and everything back in the day.
I had no idea, but he's charming.
Oh, he's very charming. I like the way he is in Loki, too. His character is great. He brings this energy. Like, the energy that you see with him in, like, press conferences and stuff is the same energy in, like, movies, and it's awesome.
He's really just happy to be there, which is nice.
Yeah.
He's not jaded, and he's not angry. Have you been watching Loki or no?
2 episodes in.
Season 2 or season 1?
Season 2, and I watched the last episode.
Okay, more than you usually do. So.
Now this is also a bit of news. Remember when we were talking about that reshoots are never a good thing?
Yep.
Kei Hoi Kwan was proud of but disappointed that Loki season 2 was the first time an MCU series didn't need reshoots. I was waiting. I was actually disappointed that we didn't get to go back because of how much fun we had.
That's nice, but also good on them.
Yeah. So that is the first time. Like, I do think Marvel has had hit or misses with the Marvel shows.
Yeah.
But so there now you have some things that we know are good that did have reshoots. There you go.
I bet we could go back through and see the worst parts of the movie and go, oh, they reshot that.
Yeah. And staying in the Loki universe, producer Kevin Wright wants to expand the Loki world. Instead of a Loki season 3, I would love to find a way of, if this is our Breaking Bad, what's our Better Call Saul? That is the most insane thing I've ever heard of, because now you're making a universe within a universe.
There's not one character in that show besides Owen Wilson I'd be okay with taking Loki out of.
It's a ridiculous idea. I don't care. It's too much. Just keep it simple. Loki's Loki and stuff. Just keep Loki Loki. Don't make these like spin-offs and everything.
Was that a pun?
What?
Was that a pun? Keep Loki Loki, like Lowkey?
Oh no, I was saying the name again, but
okay.
that's a good one. I should have just stuck with it. Said that I did. So yeah, and then there's a little bit more Marvel news. We're actually almost through all of it. So there was, obviously we had that Spider-Man game made by Insomniac.
Yep.
Well, there was deleted art from concept artist, I don't know how to pronounce that name, who's worked on a number of games in the past, and he leaked a game called Death Stranding 2. He had leaked Marvel's Wolverine, and within the leak, it is a 2024 title that Sony is releasing by Insomniac Games. So that Wolverine game seems to be coming out next year, just a year after we already got the Spider-Man game.
That'd be smart.
Yeah. So that seems awesome, and it looks like other internal reports are saying it's coming. I think that's a big thing, and you're gonna need to get a PlayStation and play these games at some point.
Yeah. I keep putting it off. When they first started doing Spider-Man games for PlayStation, I was like, oh, I should get one, and just never pulled the trigger.
Yeah. And then the Spider-Man 2 developer, Brian Intenhar, was talking about Wolverine Spider-Man crossover. He said, let's let the Wolverine team cook. If something happens in the future, great. But right now, let's give them a clear runway to making the best Wolverine game possible. So I think that pretty much says it's going to happen at some point.
If they're desperate, keep them separate, man.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking a crossover too. It doesn't have to be anything major. It could be like a little side mission.
Right.
But I think it will probably happen at some point. But I finally...
They keep making quality games, though. But it's just weird that Sony has the rights to Wolverine in video games.
That's what I'm confused about, because I would almost feel like Marvel would try using that as leverage to get Spider-Man on all platforms, because that makes them more money.
Right, because Disney doesn't really mess with video games too much.
Yeah.
Except their...
So it is very weird that they got the rights to it, but they do, and that's that at that point.
You see the poster for the new Grand Theft Auto?
Yeah, so Grand Theft Auto trailer coming out in December.
Yep.
Game's supposed to release anywhere from November 2024 to spring 2025.
Mm-hmm. First female-led video game.
So female and male lead.
Oh, there's two.
You can swap between characters, and I think they're trying to do that because in Grand Theft Auto 5, you could swap between 3 characters.
Yep.
So I think that's just a way of them... I feel like people would get upset if you couldn't.
Unfortunately.
The female lead character has a child in the game.
Yep.
And it's the first child ever in, I think, a Rockstar game in general. Definitely the first time in a Grand Theft Auto.
I guess it depends what they mean by child.
I think it's a baby.
Okay. Because, the last video game, the guy had 2 kids.
In Grand Theft Auto?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is like before teenager age.
Gotcha.
It's at least before teenager because they always stay away from kids in their games, but now this time they're going for it. And Rockstar always does some very edgy things and crosses the lines, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Right. How long into the game till the kid gets kidnapped?
Yeah, and I don't even want to go further into what I think they could be doing because I feel like that would just get us like a strike or something on YouTube.
Possibly.
But yeah, so that's that with I got through all the Marvel news, got through Grand Theft Auto. We have some Office news. This is news you're going to like. The Office creator Greg Daniels says he has no plans to reboot The Office.
Nice.
He said, we ended that story beautifully. The characters had closure. I would never want to redo the same show with a different cast. The notion of a reboot is not of interest. What he wants to do is make a spin-off show.
Which they should have done to begin with.
Yeah.
But also, he doesn't have a vote He doesn't own the show.
Oh, he doesn't?
Greg Daniels? No.
Oh, who owns the show?
I think it's just Peacock or NBC.
Okay.
I don't even think Ricky Gervais owns the English one.
Oh, wow. So he doesn't really have any control. So they could just get a new writer and say, do this, theoretically.
In theory. But also, you don't bring Greg Davies back. Is that his name? Greg?
Yeah.
It's not Greg Davies.
I think it is.
Greg Davies is an actor.
Oh.
Anyways, but you don't
Greg
bring
Daniels?
him back. Daniel. You don't bring him back, the actors don't come back. So
Yeah.
It's a weird.
And even then, the last time they tried doing it, they made Space Force and it wasn't that good.
I never did see season 2. You burned through season 1.
I never watched season 2.
You stayed up for like a day straight to watch.
The problem is they were all like 45-minute episodes.
I remember you woke up early to watch it and you were done. That was a COVID show.
I was done by like 3 o'clock. I woke up at like 8 in the morning, watched it until 3 p.m. Next bit of news has to do with Stranger Things. You a Stranger Things guy?
Saw season 1, that's about it.
Okay, we're not talking about
guy?
that because I'm not a Stranger Things guy. Don't care.
The woman who's married to Bon Jovi's son says she doesn't want to do it anymore. All right, cool talk.
Did you hear about John Wick?
The TV show, what about John Wick?
There's a spin-off series about the high table that's in the works.
Can I be honest? I've never seen these. I own them. I haven't watched them yet.
Oh, okay, you haven't watched them yet. So maybe this isn't, but so one John Wick 5 is being written. They're making a spin-off series. They're making a whole John Wick universe, apparently.
Well, there's another spin-off series on Peacock right now.
Oh, there is?
That's supposedly really bad.
Oh, wow. I don't have a good taste of John Wick because I saw the first one on Christmas. Don't care. That makes me super upset.
Sure.
I have a thing against John Wick now. We'll never watch any of them ever.
I'll let you know.
You're a Terminator guy.
I am.
Terminator anime series was announced by Netflix releasing in 2024.
I think this is the way to do it.
I think it is too.
I think Arnold Schwarzenegger, there's only so many times you can rewrite why the robot's getting old.
Mm-hmm.
I think you do it without him, it makes no sense.
Yep.
We've gone down this path way too many times.
Yep.
Cartoon it is.
Yep.
And also, Netflix loves Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Mm-hmm. So
Match made in heaven.
Yeah. And not only that, but David Fincher was talking about Netflix recently. He's a director. He said Netflix has by far the best quality control in all of Hollywood. We will not save cinema as a culture by restricting home distribution systems. So it just sounds like that people respect Netflix too, like in the world.
Let me know when it's my turn.
Okay, your turn.
Quality control.
Yeah.
They put as much trash out there as they can and then cancel everything after a season.
Yeah, the way I read into this more so is that the people that are making it, they have more like creative control over their stuff.
Oh, they do, and they get paid peanuts.
And I think that's what he's trying to say here. He probably was paid to make Netflix sound better, obviously.
Right, because he's got some sort of deal. His next couple things are coming out on Netflix.
But I think it's the perfect way because whatever they want to do with Terminator, they can do there. And I don't think there's going to be anything from Netflix being like, no, you can't do that. You need to bring Arnold in for this type deal.
We'll see. But also, there's just some things people don't want to go to the theaters anymore for.
Yeah.
They don't want to go see a Terminator movie where there's a 50% chance you're going to get let down.
Yeah.
But you will watch it at home.
Mm-hmm.
Any heavy hitters? Because we're hitting our usual mark here.
Yeah, we got just one more I guess we could hit up. You're a Cobra Kai fan?
Love Cobra Kai.
Resume writing and will begin filming in early 2024 for the final season.
They announced it was going to be the final season. It's a bummer. It's such a good show. But also, they were the first show that YouTube tried to make.
Yep.
Well, one of them. And then they had to sell it to Netflix.
Okay.
So there's always these weird delays between seasons.
Okay.
Season 1 was on YouTube, great. Season 2, I think, might have been YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Or they sold to Netflix. And then there's a weird lull between two. So it's a shame it's over, but let's not do a cinematic universe of Cobra Kai. Let's just let it be what it is.
Oh, you don't want a cinematic universe of Cobra Kai?
No. Let's just enjoy things for what it is.
Yeah. Actually, let's hit up... there's two more things we could talk about. Did you see the Merry Little Batman trailer?
No.
So it looks like they're making a Christmas special of a cartoon Batman, and it's got some of the most ridiculous design.
I say it over your shoulder.
Yeah.
Put it up on the screen.
Yep, that's what I'm doing. So it looks like he has a kid in it. That's the Joker. That's the father Batman, Riddler, Batmobile.
And I just saw it's on Amazon Prime.
Yes, Prime Video, December
Why
9th.
is that on Amazon Prime, but HBO Max is every other Batman property?
I have no idea.
What are the rules, Marco? What are the rules?
I don't know. But
I swear, if Prime Video starts making me pay to watch commercial free, I might lose it.
But people are saying that it looks different and fun, and that the humor reminds them of like the 1966 Batmans.
Yeah, it looks funny.
I don't like. I'm confused by it. It came out of nowhere.
I'll watch it.
You'll watch it. We'll both watch it. Wait, it will be on Prime Video. You know what that means? We can live stream us watching it on Twitch.
Boom.
And we can get a reaction video out of it. There we go. We'll do a party watch with everybody. But yeah, I think the last bit of news I have, you probably don't care about, an Elon Musk biopic is in the works. Just about him making money, I guess. And let's hit up this one. Did you see Barbie?
Wait, what day is it? The 16th?
Yeah. After we just said, is it after Thanksgiving in this episode?
Hey, look.
Wait, did the Santa Clauses come out?
This is saying November 8th.
Wait, what? Hold on, guys. We got to catch up on stuff.
I am about to punch a wall.
I didn't think it was coming out till December.
Season 2's out. There's 3 episodes out.
Oh my god, we have homework to do. What made you think of this?
I was just gonna say, how excited are you for season 2 coming out in a couple weeks?
Oh my god, is it getting good reviews? Not
no
bad.
idea. We just saw a trailer last week for
the
it.
Santa Claus season 2 is out, so we have to go. We have homework to do.
See yourself out.
Did you see the Barbie movie?
I did.
So Ryan Gosling has become a Grammy nominee with "I'm Just Ken" nominated for Best Song from Visual Media.
Which is awesome because I think Peaches from the Mario movie can get nominated too. So.
Oh really? That's awesome. But yeah, no, we got through pretty much all the news I wanted to get through. We have homework to do. Santa Claus season 2 is out, so if you guys are fans of the Santa Claus movie and of the series, go watch it.
But also, Disney Plus, let's put a little money behind it.
Yeah, I know.
Can you just drop a trailer or a pop-up or a
Well,
commercial?
remember how fast they made the first season end?
Well, I know. That's why they filmed it in a year and they put it out and then they just didn't tell anybody. How are we going to get season 3 if they don't tell us when it's coming out?
Disney's going to be shocked. For some reason, we made no money on this.
No one is watching the Santa Claus season 2, and we put it out early November.
We have to watch it because knowing Disney, if it doesn't perform well, the show is off.
Oh, it's already canceled.
Plus.
They just pretty much admitted it's canceled.
They canceled the show.
I haven't seen Tim Allen do an interview. I haven't seen Tim Allen do a song. I haven't seen anything, and they just killed the show. Thank you.
Killed the show, and we know what Disney does. If a show dies, they pull it off entirely,
right.
and there's no record of it.
Yeah, doesn't exist. All right, guys. We've been Nerds in the Gym podcast. I'm Brandon.
And I'm Marco. Happy holidays, folks.
Peace out.